What are your plans for the future? Marriage or more kids? Drake and I are planning on getting married. We are talking about engagement, and we are actually talking, it's not for sure, we're talking about getting married before the babies are here. And of course I'll update you guys if anything happens, if we get engaged or anything. Of course I will. But yes, we are talking about it. As for more kids, I already explained that. Are you going to change the name of your channel? No. Is your P.O. box still the same? Yes, it is. However, I am going to change it soon to my city, because right now it's a few cities over, so I'm going to change it eventually. But the address that's on my page will always be the current address. I will change it when we change our P.O. box. But yes, just whatever address is on my page will always be the same. If it's not there, then we don't have one. If it is there, then it's the right address. Did you ever think of doing those gender cakes to find out the gender? I did, actually. I think that'd be a really cute idea. I don't know, I kind of have to talk around. I want to do something creative for finding out the genders, but the thing is, like, we invite our whole family to the gender scan, because we do it like a 3D one. So I don't know, I think it'd be a cute idea. I think it'd be a cute idea to do for YouTube, like if we already knew and then I told you guys that way. I don't know, I still have to think about it. Is it normal for first babies to get jealous of new babies? Yes. Will they sometimes behave badly? Yes. Have you thought about how you'll deal with Lilia if she is jealous of her new brother or sister? You already said she's clingy. Yeah, she is clingy. My thoughts on the whole older sibling thing is I'm just going to involve her as much as I can in her new brothers slash sisters slash brothers slash sister. So I'm just going to try to involve her, and I'm also going to try to give her equal attention as the babies, and I'm going to have to make a slow transition to having all the attention put off of her and shared attention. And I think she'll do okay with that, because she has other little cousins and stuff that get attention. But I know it will be hard on her, it'll be hard on everyone, but I'm just going to try to make the best of it, and I'll talk more about that when it happens, most likely. Are you going to do the guessing game like you did with Lilia? I was going to do that, yes. I don't know, but because now I might have a planned induction date. I don't know. Yeah. No? I don't know if there's one for twins. I don't know. I'll think about it. And also I was wondering how you added the picture next to your video count thingy. You have to be a partner to do that, and then you have to make it, and then you have to upload it. When will you tell us the name when we find out the gender? Would you ever do natural birth? Yes, I would. Not with twins. Do you consult pregnancy parenting books or websites? Are there any good ones that you recommend? I love Baby Center. I love What to Expect. Most of the time I just Google stuff and try to find websites that are like .edu or .gov or some kind of like credible website to get my information from. But I love Baby Center, and I love whattoexpect.com and the What to Expect books. Do you think you'll get the epidural this time? If I'm induced, there's a good chance I will. But I mean, of course I'm going to try not to. You said you had a feeling it was a boy. What feels different on what you think it could be? It could be a boy and not a girl. The reason I thought it was a boy is because I have a lot less morning sickness this time. However, lately I have been getting a little bit more morning sickness, but not in the morning. It's only like in the afternoon. So that's mainly the reason I thought I was having a boy. I have no idea now. I have no idea. Are you nervous to be having another baby? Or are you just more excited because you know everything that goes on during a pregnancy now? I'm excited for the pregnancy. I'm nervous for the twin part. Will you go to work if you have to after the baby is born? I do work for YouTube. I do earn money from YouTube. And this is something I kind of want to address. People say YouTube supports her. People say that I make money from YouTube and I don't have a job. I earn my money just like everybody else in the whole world. People earn their money different ways. I earn my money by preparing, researching, writing down, making outlines of all the videos that I'm gonna make. And I literally spend hours. People don't realize I literally spend hours on some of the videos that I make. And I mean, ask my friends and family, I spend so much time. So I really feel like I earn my money that I make. And this is a job. Of course, if it wasn't supporting us as much as I needed it to be, then of course I would get another job. But right now what I have works and I love it, so I don't know why I would go get another job if what I'm doing is working and I love doing it. So yes, I kind of have a job, and that's all of you guys. And if I had to, yes I would. Will you ever put your kids in daycare if you had to? I really want to try to avoid daycare. If I did have to do daycare, I would research a lot on the daycare programs because I know what to expect in a good daycare. And so I guess if I absolutely had to, then yes, but if not, then I would just stick to what we're doing right now. I don't really have a question. I remember watching you last summer, haha, all day, all night, until I finished watching your videos. Are you going back to redhead anytime soon? I was thinking about it actually. I have to talk with my hairstylist and talk with my doctor to figure out what we can do now that I'm pregnant. But yeah, I am thinking about going back to redhead, but I really love being blonde. So I don't know. What's the hardest thing about being a mother? Sleep deprivation. That's the hardest thing. What do you miss most about being a normal teenager? I wouldn't call myself ever a normal teenager. Normal teenagers nowadays go out and party and drink, smoke. I never did that stuff ever. So, I mean, I guess what I miss about being a normal teenager is sleeping until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. How long have you and Drake been together? Are you engaged? No, not yet. What will happen if Drake is the father of the other baby? He already talked, we already have everything figured out. He talked with his ex a few weeks back, and they're probably gonna, if the baby is his, he will see the baby every other weekend because he thinks that it's best that the baby stays with the mother because she is planning on breastfeeding, and I have no idea if she did. We have no idea. We haven't heard from her. She doesn't want us in her life at all, so we're trying to figure out if it's his, and if it is, then we're gonna be happy and we're gonna be a family of 4. But wait, no, a family of 6. 4 kids, because Lily had twins and then that baby. And the baby is a boy and his name is Jason. What was Gabe's reaction when he found out that you were pregnant? I already said that. How is Drake handling the pregnancy news? He was strangely really excited. He was super, super happy. So that was always a good reaction because that's not the reaction I had with my previous pregnancy from Gabe. Are you and Drake going to get married? We are planning on it. Are you and Drake planning on getting married maybe after the baby is born or anytime near? We're planning on getting married. We don't know when. After you give birth, are you going to use the same birth control? No. I'm going, and I'm sure I'm gonna get this question a little bit later. I remember seeing it. I'm gonna go ahead and address it now. People say, why did you go on the same birth control if you were already conceived Lilia on that birth control? The reason behind this, I already explained this on my Facebook. When I got pregnant with Lilia, the time I conceived, I had 103.7 degree fever and I was throwing up a lot. I ended up having to take cold baths. Like, I was really sick. Like, that's probably the sickest I've ever been. So when I conceived her, nobody had told me, and I had been on the birth control pill for 3 years prior to conceiving Lilia, and that was due to irregular periods, a lot of problems with my periods. So, but I was on it for 3 years prior to conceiving Lilia, and when I did, the doctor told me the reason it was a fluke is because I threw up the pill, and nobody told me that if you throw up when you're on birth control that it doesn't work. And I was 16, 17, and I'd been on it for so long, I didn't think about it. Like, my mind just didn't, I didn't think about it. So the reason I went back on it again is because my doctor said that it is the best birth control to be on while you are breastfeeding. That's what my doctor told me. He said it's the most effective pill, and that it probably wouldn't happen again. The conceiving probably wouldn't happen again because the first time was just a fluke from throwing up. That's the reason I went on the same birth control pill, because the first time it had nothing to do with the failure rate. It had to do with me throwing up. And the second time, it just happened to not work. When I was taking it correctly, I didn't throw up. So the second time, it just didn't work. And because it didn't work this time, not because of the first time, but because it didn't work this time, I'm probably not going to go on the same pill again. But we're also going to use NFP, Natural Family Planning. And if you guys know what that is, it's just planning, knowing the time you ovulate, knowing certain days that you're fertile, certain days that you're not. So we're going to use, I'm probably going to use some kind of birth control, whether it's the patch, the pill, something, plus condoms, plus natural family planning. I'm not going to get the IUD because I don't want to. What would happen if you had twins? I am having twins. Is it true that Gabe has a girl and she's pregnant? No, I don't know where you heard that. Gabe doesn't even have a girlfriend as far as I know, and he for sure doesn't have anyone that's pregnant. Did giving birth hurt as bad as you thought? Giving birth didn't. The recovery was way worse. Do you ever wear pads after having a kid? the first 6 weeks after having a kid, you have to wear pads. You can't wear tampons. So yes. Do you plan on having a third kid? I'll change that to fourth. I want a fourth kid, but not for a long time. My daughter will be turning 1 on September 20th. What is the best gift toy-wise that you recommend for a 1-year-old? That's a hard question. It really depends on what you have. Lilia, like hands down, if you were to get her a gift, it would be a ball. She loves balls. So I'd recommend a ball. Like a big, like they have them at like Walmart, like those big bouncy balls. She loves those. Or anything that lights up and sings. Or anything Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Are you going to put up a gender predictor? I was going to. Oh, unless you mean the website. I don't know about the website, but if you're talking about like the old wives' tales and stuff, I was gonna make a whole video on it, but I don't know if it's like accurate now that I'm having twins, so I'm gonna have to research that a little bit. Are you going to stay in your apartment after the baby's born? Have you thought about water birth? I could maybe go through labor in water, but I wouldn't want to push in water. It's just my personal preference. Were you able to get into the CNA program that you had talked about? It hasn't started yet. It doesn't start until the end of September, so I have to message the guy and see. Do you think it's gonna hurt as bad as when you had Lilia? Probably worse, because it's twins. If the baby is a girl, what are you going to name her? It's a secret. What do your parents think about your pregnancy? Now they're happy. Or not, now they're excited. My favorite YouTubers to watch. I love watching Lindsay from Lindsay and Baby. I love watching Rebecca from Rebecca Martha. I like watching Emily from Teen Mommy 2010. Rochelle from Shell and Joey. I used to be a hardcore watcher of Lucy, the XXX Joel Pole XXX, but her videos just got like, she made so many of them and I just couldn't really keep up. So I just kind of like started losing it. I used to watch Lauren Layton. I don't really watch him anymore. It just got too much. Who else do I watch? Those are like my favorite YouTubers. Those are the ones that I watch all the time. But I watch a whole bunch of other people. So if I didn't say your name, I might watch you. I can't think of anyone else. Oh, I watched someone from Australia. Oh, what is her name? I don't remember. She's blonde. She has a son and a daughter, and she's pregnant again. Summer Chick? Something like that. I watch her. I watch R. Megan. Oh, Lil Baby Doll C. I used to watch a little bit of Kyle and Court. I haven't really watched them lately. Oh, I watch Plus One Please. She's pregnant also right now, and she's due like within a few days of me, but she's only having one as far as I know. But I watch her also, and I think that's pretty much all that I watch. I watch other girls, but those are the ones that I mainly watch. How'd you tell your friends that they were pregnant? What was their response? Most of them I just like texted and told them, and they were like, oh my god, what are you gonna do? Stuff like that. What does Gabe do for a living? He works at Boomers. What was Gabe's reaction? Any advice for teenagers? Don't get pregnant. Will you be using the stretch mark prevention cream? Yes. Will you want to have more children? If so, how many? I already explained that. Oh, here's a birth control question. I already answered that. In your old pregnancy videos with Lilia, you showed letters and stuff you got from your P.O. box. Are you going to do that again? I really do want to. And I don't know. I'm afraid I'm going to get people's like mean things from people. I'm afraid that I'm afraid that people are going to say things like, I don't know. Yeah, I should, huh? Because I did it. I don't know. I keep videotaping them and I keep meaning to make them into a video, but I just haven't lately. So yeah, I guess I could do that again. What are you doing differently with the second baby and the third baby? Honestly, I was really happy with what I did, with how I've raised Lilia. I don't think I'm going to do much different. I'm still going to exclusively breastfeed. I am going to exclusively breastfeed twins. Yes, I'm going to do it because I know it's very possible, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to exclusively breastfeed for the first 6 months, and I'm going to breastfeed for at least a year. One thing I might do is move them to their crib sooner because it was really hard transitioning Lilia from my bed to the crib, so I might do that a little bit sooner. If you haven't gotten pregnant now, when would you have wanted your other kids? Not until after I was married and after I had either most of my college degree done or had my college degree. What's your birthing plan if you have one? I don't really have one yet, but I am going to make sure I find a doctor that is very willing to work with me wanting to have a vaginal birth with twins, and one that is very willing to work with like breastfeeding and stuff like that. I really want to look into the doctor that I had with Lilia. I'm really hoping I can have him because he was like a naturalist, and I loved his style of doctoring. So I want to try to see him again, but it depends on our insurance.